If you're listening to this recording, it means I'm dead already. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's a different recording. Here's what's coming up on the Nice Guys today.
Why don't you take a photo of you? We sent a bunch of spinners out this past week. When they got them, a couple of the people actually, they didn't take a picture of them. They took a picture of the spinner.
Yeah.
Take a picture of you.
With
I want
the
a picture
spinner.
of you. With
Yeah.
or without the spinner. So if you're not a Patreon patron, you don't have a spinner, just take a picture of yourself. We want to know who you are and post it
Except
to,
for Rick. We don't want to see Rick's
yeah.
face. We just want sketches of what we think Rick
No, we
might
don't.
look like.
Yes, sketches of Rick.
We have a pool in the back, a pool and a pond. I mean, the pond would be good for you, the Nice Guys on business. Need an education on how to grow your business? The Nice Guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Welcome back, Funkin' fans. It's Thursday. You are, 4/5 of the way through the week. Congratulations. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone is Mr. Doug Sandler.
You're always gauging the Monday through Friday, sensing that I feel like because you work a regular job, it's a 7-day-a-week process for me. There is no 4/5.
I'm actually not thinking for me, because, dude, for me, I mean, yes, I work the day job 5 days a week, but I come home and edit and do turnkey podcast stuff, and then I'm playing in the band on the weekends. It's 7 days a week. I'm thinking of our audience.
I was so surprised the other night when I called you, or maybe you called me. I was driving home from a networking event where I was trying to dig up some business for us, of course, and you were off gallivanting around town, going to Maryland Live, listening to a band. I'm thinking, how does he have time to do anything other than work?
Yeah, dude. And you know what? You when Prosh said he was coming out, right?
Yeah,
I love Prosh. I would love to meet Prosh, right? Prosh is going to be in town. He's down at Tyson's. And you were like, oh, yeah, I'll come and meet you for lunch. Okay. How much time did that take out of the middle of your day?
It was probably a 3-hour time investment.
Right.
I'm just going to answer your questions. I'm not going to read into your questions. It's like 3 hours. What's next?
Okay, so my point is, I went to see a band called Technicolor Motorhome. They are a Steely Dan tribute band that I love. I get to see them once or twice a year, maybe. They're really good, okay? And that is the only night I took off this week, all right? I work my day job, and then every single night I'm coming home and I'm doing editing or I'm doing turnkey podcast. So I'm up till 1 o'clock in the morning. I take one freaking night off. And by the way, it's no different from you taking 3 hours in the middle of the day to go have lunch with Prosh.
Let me apologize. I did not see the memo that you sent saying you wanted you were requesting the night off. I'm very sorry. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. The other thing is, okay, Prosh is a buddy, but he's a buddy because of through the show, and he's become a friend because of the show. And I was doing it as a couplefold. One, because I have never met him before, and Prosh, I love you. So I was meeting him because I had never met him before, but also because he's a fucking supporter of the show, and I think it's important for us to show our funkin' fans that we appreciate and respect their support. You know what? I got to think about this. I bought him lunch. That was like 3 months of Patreon patron dues. Hey, Prosh, you need to kick it up a fucking notch, dude. No, I'm kidding.
I thought we weren't going to beg.
No, we're not begging. I'm telling him.
We have a sponsor today as well. That's unfolding.biz. I'm sitting here playing with my fidget spinner right now. This is the coolest thing. For those of you who don't know, we have Nice Guy Podcast, fidget spinners. If you are a Patreon patron, just email us, call us, give us your address. We'll send you a fidget spinner. If you're not a Patreon patron, just jump on and donate $1 a month and we'll send you a fidget spinner for free. Anyway, so unfolding.biz did an amazing job on these ridiculously cool fidget spinners. And they have tons of other cool stuff. We need more cool stuff.
Yeah, we do need more cool stuff. So they can actually go to unfolding.biz, and if they look and see any of the products that they want, just enter in the number 2, Nice Guys, all caps. Enter in 2 Nice Guys for a 15% discount off of unfolding.biz products and merchandise. Glenn, thank you. Gosh, I am addicted to these things. I really am. I'm now looking at other people's fidget spinners thinking, you got nothing on me, sucker. Dude, this is a 2-minute spinner and it spins for 2 minutes. How do they know that?
It's so cool but they've got other stuff too. I know there's some people that are like, yeah, fidget spinners are dead.
Whatever, right.
Shit, right?
No, it's good stuff.
Oh my gosh, they've got like, pens and koozies and like
the water bottle things that you can engrave or emboss with your name on. Everything that you can possibly imagine your company name on, they can do. What a great thing to put in somebody's hands, this fidget spinner, this one in particular, because we know that everybody in the Nice Guy community, you're all fidgety and you need these you need a fidget spinner.
Keychains and plaques. They get this thing I'm looking at called a cyan swirl. Like, I don't know what award I would get that would have this cyan swirl, but it's really freaking cool. I mean, they just do everything. You should call Glenn again at unfolding.biz, or you can call him at 877-2UNFOLD. How clever is that? And again, mention that you heard us on the Nice Guys, and or use the promo code on the website of 2NiceGuys, and you get 15% off your first order up through September 30th. It's only good through the end of the month.
Did you notice that we're actually featured on their homepage?
I know. I love that. It's cool, right?
I can't believe it. We've arrived, Strickland. We have arrived.
As seen on the Nice Guys on Business podcast. Although the sample that they show is like a toy game. It's not actually ours. That'd be cool. It's a Chicago toy and game fair.
I guess that's better than being the Tim Ferriss show spinner. I guess that would be on the
Very good point.
All right, let's get back to the show. We got shit to do.
We do have shit to do. What's up next? I don't know.
There's a few things that we need to do. Firstly, we did not do a speed read of the topics for Tuesday, and we're already into Thursday's show. The second thing is, I know based upon the tease that you gave me on Tuesday's show that we have another Rick voicemail that we need to play. And Strickland, I might mention that we have about 50 topics that we haven't gotten to any of them.
Okay, so I got an idea. I'm not even going to do the speed read of the topics, because we've included last week's and this week's topics. We will spin the wheel because we haven't done that in a while to pick, but I'm not going to speed read them because it's just too many. And let's do Rick's voicemail first. Let's get that right out of the way so we don't forget.
Okay, all right. So we're playing Rick's voicemail first.
Are we ready?
Yeah. I wonder if Rick, like Tuesday's episode, go back and listen if you didn't hear that. Rick is doing an impersonation of Rick on Tuesday's episode.
Look, he was maybe just having a bad day. He was a little angry.
Let's see. This is another message that he left last week for this week's play. So let's hear if he's angry again.
Yeah, I think because you're kind of assuming that he's trying too hard.
That's
maybe
true.
He just had a bad day.
That's true. Maybe it was just a bad day. Let's hear.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Hey, Doug, it's Rick. I love the spontaneity interview with Pegleg Tom. Stop calling it a Boston accent. It's New England. He's from New Hampshire. The other interviews this week were pretty good, too. But mainly Tom was awesome. He's got some big balls talking about who he voted for. And you got some big balls asking, especially on an airplane like that. Wow. Great job this week. Loved it.
Oh,
wow.
God.
So
Rick's still a little bit angry.
Not quite as angry as he was on Tuesday.
But still a little bit. He was angry but complimentary.
Yeah.
He was like, good interviews, Doug. Really fucking good interviews.
You know what? I don't even want to give him any directions.
Not at all.
Everything I said back on Tuesday, let me take that back. Rick, right. You be you. Okay, man? Really, you just continue to do you. We love you. Continue to send us messages. Feel free to use the new SpeakPipe recording tool if you want to, or just use 4242 DJ Doug, which is what you've been using. Thank you, Rick, by the way, because no one else uses that line.
And as we have said many times before, we love the compliments, but we love the criticisms as well. We want to hear if you have any good things or bad things to say about the show. We're all about it. And Rick has definitely hit both of those extremes. Rick, we appreciate you telling us what you like because you are often telling us what you hate. And either way is good. We love it all. We want it all.
Oh, man. Thank you, Rick.
We love it. We still haven't gotten any sketches of what our listeners think Rick looks like, have we?
Yeah. Could somebody just give us a Rick, we don't want you to do it because
no.
we know it would be a stick figure. It would be a Rick figure, actually. How about that?
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
It would be a Rick figure. Exactly. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Haven't had a chance to use that sound effect very much. That's twice this week.
No, we really need to get focused, Strickland.
We do need to get focused, yeah.
Focus, Doug, focus.
Oh, that was for you specifically, it sounded like, from Mar.
Oh, thanks,
focus,
Mar.
Doug, focus.
Yeah, that wasn't just, us, Focus Guys. It was Focus Doug.
Didn't she record another couple of them, or was that the only one that we got from her?
Well, there's Focus Guys, and then there's Focus Doug, and then there's a Whisper one, too. Let's see if we can get the Whisper one in here, because... I think. Oh no, I haven't filled it up. Here we go. I thought I'd filled up the number of drops.
Oh, Strickland, I like how easily accessible now you're. Have you organized them a little bit better this week?
That's it exactly. I had to plan ahead, and I got organized. Now I can drop them right in.
Holy
Focus,
crap!
guys, focus.
Yeah, I was a little quiet, but here we go.
Sorry, Mar.
Focus, guys, focus.
The Mar whisper.
Speaking of Mar, if you do want to see the whole team, including pictures of both Mar and Anna, great pictures of Mar in the Funkin' Fans T-shirt and Anna in her she loves her signature hat. And of course, Strickland in his sweater vest.
Sweater vest? Am I? Oh yeah, I'm wearing a vest. Maybe I ought to update that picture.
You really do need to update
It's not a sweater vest. It's like a vest. And the picture's probably 5 years old. So, vests were in back then, all right?
They really were. They really were.
Update the picture.
I one time did an event, and I work in a it's called a waistcoat if you're in the UK. I work in a vest, in like a dress vest with my button down shirt and tie, usually dark colors and both of those things. And I got home, and my wife Danielle had gotten a call. She's in the event planning business, nice guy community, and one of her clients says, I think that my kid was at a party that Doug was actually DJing. Was he wearing a sweater vest? I'm like, no, I wasn't wearing a sweater vest. Who am I, Strickland?
Damn. Obviously, I need to update that picture. Okay,
That's
we'll
okay. I like it. You're cute in the photo. Just keep it.
Okay, I'm glad
Just
you
keep
think
it.
so.
Okay, let's do some topics here. We got, we have. There we go.
Oh, you said topics. You're going to spin the wheel, right?
Very loud topics wheel today.
Is it too loud?
Can you move the mic
move the
just
mic
away?
away from the lucky wheel
Exactly.
just a bit.
Exactly. What did it land on?
Yeah. Oh, it landed on shout outs. Take a pic and share on social for a shout out. I heart the nice guys.
Yeah, how great an idea would it be? We really don't have, kind of like Rick. I mean, if you know who Rick is or want to sketch a photo of Rick, that would be fine. You could do that. But why don't you take a photo of you? We sent a bunch of spinners out this past week. What a great feeling to go to the post office with like 7 or 8 envelopes, putting a little note. And, I don't just send the spinner. I've got to personalize a little bit. So I had a little notepad, and I was just sketching, hey, thanks, guys, for being a part, or love you guys, or XOXO, or whatever it is. And then when they got them, a couple of the people actually put they didn't take a picture of them. They took a picture of the spinner. Take a picture of you. I want a picture of you
spinner.
with or without the spinner. So if you're not a Patreon patron, you don't have a spinner, just take a picture of yourself. We want to know who you are and
We
post
want
it
to see your pretty faces, except for Rick. We don't want to see Rick's face. We just want sketches of what we think Rick
sketches
might look
of Rick. Yeah, hood and dark sunglasses. I'm imagining.
We don't want that Unabomber sketch. We've nixed that. That's too obvious.
That would be really funny if somebody sent us the Unabomber photo with just in crayon.
Right, but
Rick.
now you can't do that. That's too obvious. You need to have a little more imagination than that.
You can do that on directly on Twitter at DJ Doug or at Nice Guy on Biz with a Z.
Mm-hmm.
Just either way is fine. Just send us a shout out that way.
Yeah.
Okay. That was good. That was a quick topic. Quick topic. Yep. Thanks for moving the microphone away from that a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, the mic was a little too close to the wheel.
And you know what? I've noticed, Strick, you really, because we haven't spun the wheel for a couple of weeks now, and I didn't even get to say this to you. I'm really appreciating being back in the glass nerve center.
Glass enclosed nerve center?
Yeah, because on the plane it was fun, but it wasn't the same thing. I like kind of like my safe distance. I do.
Your safe distance of 40 miles from me.
Yeah, from you, and I like to be able to wear my pajamas. And it was really they don't like when I start taking my clothes off on the airplane.
Nah, they did not like that at all. Yeah, we had to cut that part out. But Matt said no. Big Nick.
Sky Marshall and all didn't appreciate that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, what's our topic?
Free coaching Fridays for podcasters only.
Oh yeah. So free coaching Fridays for podcasters only. I heard this really cool thing as I was sitting in on a seminar about giving back to the community as a way to number one, give back to the community that has supported you so much. But the other thing is that it always comes back to help you. And you know me. I'm always looking at the profit angle of everything.
Of course, sure.
So I thought, well, how great an idea, or maybe let's just throw it out there. Would it be a good idea to offer people that are into the whole podcasting space just a the how-tos of podcasting. Maybe offer like a week of an open forum coaching call to say, hey, if you're interested in podcasting and want to hear more about it, this won't be an hour for me to sell. It will be an hour for me to ask questions and just kind of help people that are either new in the game or want to get started, or maybe are thinking about doing something in the podcasting space. What's your thought?
So when you say for podcasters only, it would be for people who are podcasting and maybe want some more advice, or people who are thinking about starting a podcast.
Yes. I wasn't opening it up to anyone that has questions about anything. I mean, we Nice Guy community members, you know that you can get in touch with us a million different ways and ask questions at any time. This would be specifically for podcasters that were interested in getting more information about how to grow their podcast audience. You know, we're celebrating in less than 40 days now. 1 million downloads. The middle of October we'll be there. So I thought that would be kind of cool to be able to share some of the things that we've done. And for people that are new in podcasting that have no idea, like what kind of microphone do I get, or what kind of software do I use, or what's my scheduling, how do I do that, or how do I manage guests, that kind of stuff too.
I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
No, we don't actually have a plan for how to do it yet, right?
Fidget spinner, right? You're playing with it. I can hear it spinning.
Can you hear it spinning?
I can.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
Going round and round. No, I don't have a plan yet. I mean,
I like the idea though.
What would be a way that we could? What would be the
like do a webinar, like a weekly webinar or something like that?
Yeah, or maybe even have it so that we put out on our shit. I'm thinking, do we put out like on our website?
I don't know.
A link to Zencastr where it could be recorded and we answer questions, or maybe I do it as a Facebook Live. That could be possible. But I wanted to have a little bit more of a, like, where they're actually asking questions and can chat back and forth.
Yeah, I agree. I know what to think about it.
So, or maybe do like
a
Zoom room, or even the webinar idea is a good one. It could be recorded and we could use it for future people that were interested in hearing back sessions too. It's almost like a rolling blog, an audio blog.
Could be interesting.
Okay, well, I'm just throwing it out there. Rick, what do you think?
Tell us what you think, Rick.
Or eat, drink, stay Dubai. Tell us what you think. Hey,
he said he was going to come on the show. We haven't heard back from him yet.
But I think that he is like the modern day version of Rick is the modern day version of eat, drink, stay Dubai.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds like eat, drink, stay Dubai is like from days of yorn or something.
Well, Strick, I mean, we have not heard from eat, drink, stay. I think his name is Sean. We have not heard from Sean. Different
so you
than
mean
Sean Carpenter.
As it relates to the show. Okay, yes. I agree with that. You're right. As it relates to the show, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, good point.
I feel that.
The other thing we haven't mentioned in a while is the Facebook group. If you're not on the Facebook group is free. If you're on Facebook, just search for Nice Guys Community and jump on and jump in with the fuckery. It's really fun.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of fun. Actually, what's fun about it right now is the whole thing that's going on with the co-mayors. Do you know who the co-mayors are?
Oh, yeah, that was it. I knew there was a reason I was bringing it up is because of the mayorship, right? Have they both accepted their positions as co-mayor, Tim?
I don't know if they've
Tim
accepted it. I believe they've taken it.
They've run with it.
Yeah, I think that they definitely have embraced it. The fact that Tim and Paul, Tennessee Tim, and we don't have a nickname for Paul.
Well, I think the best
Strickland, you're going to need to put down your
the best nicknames are kind of. Oh, stop it! You'll never even hear it on the recording. The best nicknames I think are organic.
Yeah,
are you here? You're really hearing it a lot?
Yeah, I hear it. I don't care if the listening audience hears it. I hear it.
Okay. I think the best nicknames are organic. I think with Paul. Well, something will come up if it comes up.
Okay.
I don't think we should force it.
I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to force it.
Our number one, our patient zero, Funkin' fan, who's been listening since episode 1.
That is true.
Patient zero is not really the most flattering nickname. I don't think that's a good one for him.
That's an incredible responsibility to be.
It really is there. Scary.
He has listened since episode number 1. I can't. That's 2.5, 400 and almost 6. Probably by now 460 episodes worth of listening.
It's crazy.
That's 1 million downloads almost worth of listening. That's silly. I mean, Paul, stop right now. Let me just.
Okay, so we need to give Paul and Tim like admin access to so they can. People ask to join the group, they can
True.
accept it, and then they can send them a little note saying, hey, thanks, hope you're enjoying the fuckery and stuff like that, yeah.
That is true. As a matter of fact, while I'm doing this on the show right now, I'm just going to go to Facebook and I'm going to give them the access right now. I think that would be the right thing to do, don't you?
I think so, too. So while you're doing that, I'm going to take a little rant on something that's totally not on the topic list.
Okay.
I had a ticket that I sold on StubHub recently. I'm curious what everybody thinks of this practice, right? If you go onto eBay, let's say you sell something on eBay, right? And I think eBay is now doing like a flat 10% is what they charge you as a seller, right? So if I purchase something on eBay, then it doesn't cost me anything extra, but the seller pays eBay 10%.
Yeah,
of course,
I got
money,
that.
right?
I got that. Right.
So StubHub, which I believe eBay owns actually, StubHub, I go to sell a ticket on StubHub and they say, what is the price that you want to put this up for, right? And let's say, hypothetically, I say $100, right? And StubHub says, okay, cool, we'll put it up for $100 and we're letting you know we're going to pay you $90 when it sells. We take a 10% commission, right? Just like eBay. All good, right? Makes sense. All good. If you purchase a ticket on StubHub, they charge you a ticket fee, which is
they on both sides now they charge. So they charge you as a seller 10%. And they charge you as a wait a minute. So they charge 10% to the seller and 10% to the buyer.
So I'm selling my ticket and the buyer sees it at $100. I'm going to get paid $90 when it sells, right? The buyer sees $100 and they say, hey, cool, I'm going to buy it. When you get to checkout, it says $100 plus 10%. That is our ticket fee. So they're double dipping. They're taking it on both ends, which I think is kind of shitty.
No, I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
that's not what should. I don't like how that. I don't like how that's going down. So what are you saying? So give me.
I'm like calling StubHub out. I mean, not like they're listening or give a shit, but I think it's bullshit that they're double dipping like that. It's not fair. It's not nice. It's not good practice.
I'm with you. I'm trying to figure out how to add Tim and Paul as an admin. I don't know how to do it. So.
Do you want to mess with that? Like while we're
no, I guess not. Well, you said while you do that, I'm going to go on a rant, and I'm like, okay.
My rant is done. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I think we're going to move on.
Haven't figured it out. I'm really sorry that StubHub does that. I think that sucks. But I guess the other side of it is this: would they be charging the seller 20%? Would that? So are they? So in essence, here's my question. I guess $100 ticket. There's $20 in fees that needs to be paid. But
that's the thing. They have made the decision. The $20 in fees needs to be paid, and obviously they're doing well. Really, business is ultimately all about making the maximum profit that you can make. So from a business standpoint, yeah, I guess they're right. And you know what? If their business model is, look, we need 20%. That's it. That's what we need to survive. That's what we want to survive. Then you know what? I guess it's better to take 10% on each end. It just seems shitty.
Well, or maybe they just need to be are they not being? I'm not saying that you're not right. I agree with you. It sounds kind of shitty that they're double dipping, unless they're single dipping and splitting in half. Like Strick, let me ask you a question. If you break a crumb in half, do you have two half crumbs? No, you have two crumbs, as George Carlin would say. Right. So is it one crumb that they're breaking in half, or are they creating two crumbs here?
Right. Well, that's it. That's the perspective. Now, from their side, they may argue that, hey, this is our business model. We need 20%. Well, I could argue, dude, you could still make a huge profit at just 10%. But then the answer to that is, well, why? Like if we're doing very well at 20%, I could go to Starbucks and say, hey guys, you know what? $4.95 for a Frappuccino is a lot of money. You don't need to make that much profit. Their answer is going to be, no, we don't fucking need to, but we want to. So fuck you. We're selling a lot of Frappuccinos at $4.95.
All right. So let me just go back. Maybe I just didn't hear the answer in there. So what are you asking them to do?
No, I'm just, I'm curious to get other people's opinion
out there. You're just okay, yeah.
Because your perspective is right. Ultimately, they've made a decision that
20% is their number.
20%, and they've made and you know what? As shitty as it seems on the front end, if they have made the decision that their business plan is that they need to collect 20%, then I guess getting 10 from each side is probably a smarter, maybe a better way to do it than taking 20% from the seller.
I would like there to be. It sounds like there's no it sounds like they're not really sharing that information? Would it be better if they share that information right on their homepage? Hey, just want to let you know we are, because we're they could put a really positive spin on this, because we want to be conscious of both the seller and the buyer's feelings. We're not making either one cover the entire fee. We would love to do it so that the buyer is covering half and the seller is covering half.
Well,
I don't know.
That would be a great spin to put on it, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to do that, though.
I don't think so either.
Probably not.
No.
All right, let's do one more topic, and then let's since we did have a rather long episode on Tuesday when we introduced Randy to the Nice Guy community in Mass. Why don't we do one more quick topic?
Which one do you want? What do you want to do? Pick one. What's left?
Well, the one I want to talk about for a second, but I know you don't like when we focus on the show. But can I just spend just a moment talking about this million download thing that's coming, and something that we would love to have some folks take advantage of?
Sure, why not?
I don't have to spend any time talking about it. I'm giving you the.
No, it's okay. That's okay.
We have one
from Kevin Cruz. We have a testimonial from Kevin Cruz already, but
yeah, we have a couple actually. Mike Koala from Social Quant and Kevin both have left messages as former guests on the show. I want to talk about this for a second though. We'll talk about the million episode as we get a little bit closer, even maybe next week, because we'll be almost closer to 30 days than we are in 40 days.
Okay.
Southwest.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? You know what happened? You know what we got this week? We got
free Wi-Fi. Go for it. Yeah,
free Wi-Fi. I think
we hashtagged Southwest and we tagged them when we did our episodes, because we were like, "Hey, thank you Southwest for letting us record and not shutting us down and all that."
Yeah,
stuff.
but you know who the initiator of that was? It was Mar. I think maybe Mar had sent. Maybe I hashtagged. Maybe I included them in the post, and maybe she leaned into them a little bit to say something about, hey, the nice guys love you, and then Southwest responded, we'd love to give the South guys a tasty treat. I thought they were going to send us some drink tickets,
some peanuts,
some peanuts or something. I was like, what the heck are they going to send us? So we get a direct message, or Mar forwarded it to us. Southwest gave us 2 coupons for Strickland and for me to use Wi-Fi in our next flight, which saves us, I think it's like $7 or $8.
Yeah, it's $8. I love it. I'm actually going back to Vegas again in a week, so I'll be using it. So. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to visit. As of the record, let's see, we're on Thursday right now as we speak. As you were listening to this episode, I am with Stephanie Sursland teaching the Coldwell Banker agents at her office in Iowa City, Iowa. Yeah.
How to be nicer guys.
And then you're coming home, and then you're flying out to Arizona, right?
Yeah. The following week. So I don't. It's going to be. It's going to be interesting. Which flight should I use? My. Oh God, I made a mistake.
What, you're not on Southwest?
No, I am on Southwest. So I'm going to do this program for Enterprise Rent-A-Car next week. Not this week, but next week.
Right.
And I go through Southwest, and I'm thinking, I need to rent a car.
Oh no! Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I didn't.
And you didn't rent an Enterprise?
I just, it was my knee-jerk response. Whatever Southwest recommends, I'm like looking at it. I figured they gave me a discount to do it. I didn't even think about it. Of course I should have thought about it. And of course I should have rented a car from Enterprise. And of course, from now on, the only rental car company that I'm going to think of when I rent a car is going to be Enterprise. But I rented a car through like one other company, I'm hoping, just praying that they have a parking lot that's not right next to their.
Well, no, why don't you just cancel it and do Enterprise? I mean, with car rentals, you don't have to do a deposit. You're not going to lose anything if you cancel it.
Well, see, through Southwest, you pay in advance for everything. So I actually have paid in advance for every. But you know what? It's almost worth. Not almost. It is worth losing the money. And then, because when I had my planning call with Enterprise, they said, hey, we're going to pick up your rental car. Just let us know what airport you're coming in. As soon as they said that,
my God.
As soon as they said that, I'm just thinking, humana.
Right. So they're going to pick up your rental car. Well, then, unless of course you send them a receipt for Hertz, no. Then not so much. That's not going to happen.
I didn't do that. I just completely blanked. I made a mistake. I've rented from Enterprise so many times. It was just an unconscious decision just to go with whoever Southwest put in directly in front of me. And it was just, I don't even remember the company, but it was just a company. And I just said, I'll go for it. And, I hit the buy button.
Yeah, you totally need to cancel that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to cancel that. All right, let's put a wrap on this episode. Unless you have something more important to cover, we got other shit to get to this week.
No, we do. We're going to, I think we
got a bunch of stuff.
Let's keep it short. Yeah.
Okay. So, Nice Guy community, never underestimate the power of nice. Tune in upcoming episodes, or actually go back and listen to Tuesday's episode. I know that you haven't listened to everything that we've done this week because it's been total fuckery the entire week. Anyway, thanks for joining in, Nice Guy community. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
The Nice Guys on Business are professional podcasters. Please do not try this at home. It may seem simple, kids, but lots of people get hurt in the process. Void where prohibited, including Mexico, Puerto Rico, Fredonia, or your in-laws. The Nice Guys on Business are not responsible for any claims of liability or any guarantee that these two morons know what they're talking about. There is no promise that being nice to people will help your business, but calling people assholes, dumb, incontinent fuckwads will definitely lose you business. For any and all claims, shit in one hand and wish in the other, and see which one fills up first. Thank you for listening to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. I'm Steve O'Brien. You know, if I die, you guys are going to feel like crap.